probably when you look at singer-songwriters, he might be the single most impactful singer-songwriter.
Well, he created the category.
Yeah.
There wasn't such a thing until his material produced it.
Right.
And I think it really does have a lot to do with the lyrical narrative content. Jewels and binoculars hang from the head of a mule. We're talking about imagist language and visions of Johanna. But when I heard that image, I can tell you that I was transported and also intimidated. Perhaps not to write any original material until decades later. I was obviously immersed in the world of American free verse poetry and understood it from varying perspectives, and suddenly heard the same language, but within what I was perceiving at the time an American folk blues or folk rock or whatever secondary word you want to put in there, American oral tradition environment, and I knew the world was forever changed.
It's just like you can listen to a song over and over again by him and still be like, what is he even talking about? And then that's just like, his music is so thought-provoking. Like you hear it and then you're like, okay, what does that mean? And then you want to delve into it and find out more about that song. And then that's probably why I became obsessed with him, because I would hear one song and then, what is he talking about? And then I'd look on the internet, like look up the lyrics, and then just like listen to all the songs and then just try to figure out what he's talking about mainly.
But you listen to his albums, each of his words is a paragraph. I've never heard anybody say a single word with such nuances. One word. She just fills it all up.
Thinking of Blowing in the Wind. When you really pay attention to the lyrics, it basically says the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. It doesn't give an answer.
Right.
And so there is, a literary quality here that is the creation of a liminal narrative that gives you just enough so that you're not going to misinterpret what's being said. But unlike other protest singers at the time, like Phil Oakes, we do not have newspaper reports. We've got something that transcends.
I don't know what you think about this, but Dylan takes all of American culture, funnels it through his brain and processes it and brings it out in a form that is beyond my comprehension.
Yeah.
But I get it. What's beyond my comprehension is how he does that. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't understand it. It's stunning.
Summer of '65, Going Electric at Newport, that was seminal, because rock and roll at that point in time had, for a generation, failed in the 50s. It really had become co-opted by the labels, and it turned into the teen idol system. So a return to it was a brave move. I think that Newport presentation, if we were in a classical music world, would be it would be tantamount to Stravinsky's Rite of Spring. I mean, it was presented in such a way that the audience was not expecting what they were getting.
Pete Seeger and those people were enraged at him. He turned his back on the folk scene, where the whole thing was, from what I understand, you do it exactly perfectly the way it was. You repeat it. And he never cared what people thought. That's what's so amazing. If any one of us went out and performed and got the kind of reaction that he got, which was booing, yelling at him, whether it was in Dinkytown in Minneapolis, or whether it was at Newport, or in England when he was on the Electric Tour, he didn't care.
I mean, he never let anything bother him. Why should I let it bother me? Being a teenager and being totally obsessed with Bob Dylan, that's sort of like that part of him, I feel like, has become part of my life, that I don't really care if people, I used to get made fun of for listening to the Beatles all the time in grade school. People would always make fun of me, but now I don't really care. Like it used to bother me. Now I don't care. If I could, I would wear this Bob Dylan dress all the time, like just parade around the streets telling everybody that I love music from the 60s. I don't care what people think anymore, because it doesn't matter.
But we're all products of Dylan. We're all creatures of Dylan, and and we all come in all different sizes, shapes, and ages, and it's so nice to know. It doesn't make any difference that she's listening to something from 1965. Nobody says, well, you can't read Shakespeare anymore. That's 300, 400 years old. I mean, it doesn't make any difference. It's timeless. You listen to Dylan, and it sounds like it was recorded yesterday. Every single one of his things is timeless. There's nothing that sounds dated. He's a great harmonica player. He's a great guitar player. He phrases better than anybody. Nobody can hold a candle to his language in the way he does it. All those things had to come into play with one person. We're really lucky that we're around when he is.
Yeah, yeah.